Nero, come here. Come on. There you go, bud. Sit down. Good boy. Okay, welcome to the channel, guys. We had a nice message off Scott Harrison from Leeds asking us to revisit raw food. So we're going to do that for you today, Scott. You forgot to tell us the name of your 4-month-old Canet Corso, and we'd like to know. So drop us another line, Scott, and yeah, let us know. You can send us a few pictures, and yeah. And with the 80-10-10 diet, it's all done on the weight of your dog. So you feed between 3 and 5% of your dog's overall body weight. So when Nero was a puppy, I fed him 5% of his body weight. So you weigh him every week, and you know, do the math, and it's like Nero's 56 kilos now. But because he's quite a lazy dog around the house and we only walk half an hour in the morning, half hour in the evening, I've dropped it down from 5% to 4% of his body weight, so he doesn't become overweight, because obviously then it's extra strain on his joints and, you know, all the side effects of that. So depending on how active your dog is why it's between 3 and 5%. If your dog's super active, running around all the time, 5%. If it's really lazy and it's crashed out like him all the time, it's 3 or 4%. I mean, he does get plenty of exercise, so I've dropped it down to 4%, and then when we're able to walk longer, I shall put it back up. So as I said to you, we've changed now up to these chubs from Birmingham Raw Pet Food. They're already made up 80-10-10. That's chicken and lamb. They do a really, really good selection. It's got all the bone in it. It's got the offal in it. It's got potash. It's got all sorts in it. It's really, really good grade stuff. They do it in all sorts of flavours. You know, like beef, chicken, lamb, and a mix of it all. Salmon, everything. This is so much easier than having to prepare all that food every day. You can, if you get really into the 80-10-10 diet and you want to give your dog the absolute best you can all the time, that's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money, and you're going to spend all of your time just preparing dog food. I mean, we've got another one on the way, and it takes up a lot of time. I've done the grinding of the meat, and I've bought it in bulk and ground it up, and you know, it's hard to store. This really is so time consuming for us that this really does help, like, massively. So I can't really big that up enough. It's like Birmingham Raw Pet Food. They deliver it. Your local stockists will probably sell it, but they'll do you a deal if you bulk buy the stuff. So yeah, it's really good. It works out at less than £1 a chub. So, and there's 400 and something grams in there, so he's on like 4 of them a day, plus a few extra bits. So yeah. But I do like to but like I say, I do like to give Nero the best. So at least once a week, I'll prepare him, you know, a lean beef, raw chicken breast. He loves drumsticks, and a drumstick is about 27% bone. So whatever weight you work that out at, 27% of the weight of that is bone. So about a quarter, just call it a quarter of, so 250 kilograms of bone in that whole serving. So you can break down what you're giving him bone wise yourself when you make this food up. I'll work it all out for you in a second. So yeah, he's on, Nero weighs 56 kilos, so that's about 2.2 kilos of raw meat a day he's on. I like to feed him once a day, but he never ends up eating it all in one sitting, so I'll either give him the rest later on or for breakfast. But he has that over a day, and I'll just put it back in. I'll just shrink wrap it up and put it back in the fridge when he's sort of done with it. Sardines, I'll add to that. You know, I'll try and give him one of them, not every single day, but every other day, every 3 days. Throw a tin or two of sardines in with his meal, even with them chubs. So yeah, he loves them. He destroys them, or even giving them separate if they like them like that. Like the other two dogs don't like if I put it all in their bowl together. So you know, I think they're just fussy. So I'll just cut that up into bits. She absolutely loves. And then we got the raw beef. He absolutely loves that. Don't you, mate? Their sardines are usually about 125 grams a tin. I mean, he's a big dog, he'll destroy 2 of them easily. So you've got 200 grams, 250 grams there. 600 grams of chicken is 850. 700 grams of beef, 1550. And then some drummers. So then just weigh it all out, you know. I know roughly what to give Nero now, to be fair. Just by how much it fills his bowl up. Ground beef. And then I reckon, well, it's about 3 good size. And then bang a tin of sardines on top of that. He loves the oil from it. Never have them in brine, guys. There you go. Yeah, about 2 kilos, just over 2 kilos of raw meat there. And he will absolutely destroy that. Oh. Stay. Always make them wait, guys, for their food. You know, it's not a given that they get fed, is it? You know what I mean? They have to earn it. Obviously, you always feed your dog, but let them know that, you know, they have to deserve it. Okay, go on then. Good boy. Did you see that then? Dogs always have a perfect gag reflex. So don't ever worry. I mean, if he doesn't choke, if he doesn't get the bone down his neck, because he will gag it back up. That's what they're built for, you know. I'll give him his joint supplements as well in with his dinner, but I tend to give him them separately. As a bit of a treat, I make him sit for them. So he absolutely loves them drummers, he loves the sardines. And you should always be able to approach your dog as well. See? You know? You don't want him food guarding. He did it to start with, but you just have to let him know that, you know, you're not going to take it away from him. He's a good boy. Always stops eating if you touch him now, I've noticed. I just let him get on with it. I don't mess about with him. I'm just showing you guys that you should be able to go near your dog's bowl. Put your face right next to him. See? It's all alright, Nero. Don't worry, Boosh. I'm going to feed you now as well. There isn't nothing in that bowl he doesn't like. You know, bang a raw egg in as well, guys. See, honest. Let's see if I've got any eggs. Yeah. Shell and everything. Getting all his protein, all his calcium. I like to do this once a week. Like I say, them chubs are good. It's just I know now that this is, you know, this is human grade food, but he enjoys it, and it's good for him. And you know, I want to see what I can produce by feeding the best food. So. He just loves the shell. Now obviously I haven't put any offal in this today. Jamie, my partner's actually at the shop as we speak, doing the shopping. The offal will be here later. So I'll probably add it to what he leaves for that. But as long as he gets that per week, you know, you work out how much he needs to have per week. You don't have to give it all in one sitting, you know. You don't have to make sure every meal is weighed out exactly. You've just got to make sure that he gets that 10% of his overall diet is offal all the time. If you're feeding 80-10-10, 10% of his overall thing is bone. He doesn't have to have bone in every single meal, just as long as over the week his overall bone intake is 10% of his body weight. Yeah. I mean, look, he's absolutely demolished that. And realistically, that's his daily feed, that is. But he's been out for a good run this morning, and I shall take him out again a bit later. So I might give him a little bit more later on. Because like I said, I'm only feeding 4%. So if he's hungry, I can push it up to 5%. It's just if you feed 5% all the time and he's not as active as I'd like him to be, then he's going to put weight on. So just fluctuate between you know, whether your dog's active or not, and feed accordingly. Yeah, absolutely loves that. I always feed out of a stainless steel bowl as well, guys, you know. I believe it stops him getting spots on his chin. Mine doesn't, he doesn't seem to have spots on his chin. I always wipe his mouth after he's eaten all that raw meat, obviously. I mean, look at the state of him. And you don't want him coming up and kissing you and licking you with all that round his mouth, do you? So always wipe his mouth. We keep plenty of baby wipes on board, or he's got his own flannels and towels and stuff. So as you can see, absolutely no problem polishing off 2 kilos of raw meat there. You know. And give his mouth a wipe. Give him covered. Come here, Nero. Hey, sit down. Sit. Sit. Nice and clean. That way he's not spreading any germs around the place or, you know, bacteria. He's actually blowing his coat at the minute. I suppose anybody, you know, who's got one knows they blow their winter coat, and cool, I've brushed him and brushed him and brushed him, but it's just falling out of him. So I'd recommend taking him down the groomers and just get him, have a bath and a groom, and they'll brush him through, and it makes it a bit easier. So I hope that's answered any of your questions. If there's anything else, just let me know, and I'll do another video on it. And thanks for your input. I really appreciate it. And take it easy, guys. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.